Hey guys, Meteorologist Chris Tomer here with this afternoon mountain weather update. My first stop is to Vail. Look at this, beautiful into the day and evening sunset there. The clouds, the cumulus just streaming across. You can see the sun just trying to break through those clouds as the sun's going down. 2 feet of snow up there in Vail out of this west-northwest flow. Of course, it's over now, but this was an amazing pattern. And I talked about it for at least a few days, and we saw big snow in Utah, parts of Utah, and also Colorado. It's exactly what we needed right now as we roll into the month of December. So the question now is, what's next? Well, you look upstream. That's always the answer. And upstream right now, we've got a strong intensity atmospheric river hitting the Pacific Northwest in BC. So that's what's next. That storm system will eventually move into the interior, and there's another storm behind it. And in fact, there's another one behind that. You can see, so the timing, the first storm 12-7 to 12-9. The second storm system's very weak, but it's fast, 12-9 to 12-10. A third storm, 12-12 to 12-13. So I'll track all of these for you so you can really see what's coming. I want to take you back and show you what water vapor satellite imagery looks like. So this is this strong atmospheric river setup that's hitting the Pacific Northwest and BC right now, riding this jet stream. You can see what's kind of left of the west-northwest flow pattern. It'll eventually be breaking down, but you've got, this is storm 1. You know, there's another storm somewhere in there, but there's clearly another storm back here as well. So all of these will just ride the jet stream into the Pacific Northwest and BC, and eventually they'll move down into the interior. Here's the forecast radar and satellite. That's the current state of affairs. So by the time we get into tomorrow, it's all quiet across the Intermountain West, just waiting for that. I mean, look at that big storm hitting the Pacific Northwest and BC. Here's the afternoon. Here's 12-6 in the morning. Here's 12-6 in the afternoon. And by 12-7, the whole thing transitions, and it's into the interior, snowing in Idaho, Montana, the Tetons, the Wasatch. And by the afternoon of 12-7, still snowing in all those areas. A little bit of snow starts to make its way into the central and northern mountains of Colorado. And watch what happens. By 12-8, becomes a little more widespread. By the end of 12-8, it's snowing in the central and northern mountains and moving south in Colorado towards the San Juans. Here's 12-9 in the morning. A southern low, a low may develop in southeast Colorado and keep things going and add a little bit of extra snow to Taos and parts of New Mexico. So that's the morning of 12-9. That races out. There's another storm right on its heels. So that's that second fast-moving storm with another quick shot of snow for the interior. That'll race down through Utah, Wyoming, and maybe clip Colorado. And then there's another storm behind that, like I was saying, for late in the period. Let me take you into the jet setup here. This is 12-6, so again, that's going to take that storm coming in from the Pacific Northwest and BC and quickly move it into the interior on 12-7, 12-8, 12-9. This is the jet for 12-8. You can see the dip in the jet. That'll support the development of an area of low pressure coming out of Wyoming and running through Colorado. Maybe that thing develops in southeast Colorado. We'll have to wait and see. Here is 12-13. Couple of things to mention. There appears to be an area of low pressure tracking down through Colorado. You can see a little bit of that jet support, a little bending of the jet right there. And then we're going to have to wait. You can see all the action out in the Pacific. That would be the next storm cycle, but it's going to take its time before it moves in. As far as snowfall, first period, today through the 6th, the rest of today through the 6th, very light. Most of the snow's in BC. Period 2, 12-7 through 12-11 captures 1 to 2 different storm systems. So we're looking at 6-12 for the Wasatch, 12-18 for the Tetons. Big Sky gets a foot. In Colorado, probably 4-8 for most zones. We'll have to see if we get the development of an area of low pressure in southeast Colorado. That could bring up the totals. Idaho gets nailed, 1 to 2 feet through Brundage in the interior and central Idaho. Looking at about 11 in Fernie, and 1 to 2 feet for the Pacific Northwest, Baker, Stevens, Timberline, and Bachelor. Period 3 in the final period captures 1 additional storm system, quickly moving down, 12-12 and 12-13, just enough to spread another 2 to 4 inches for most locations out of Montana, Wyoming, and in Colorado. And my final stop is in the Northeast. I just don't have much here. There is a storm system late in the period, but unfortunately temperatures are going to be much warmer, and it looks like it could be primarily rain. So what you see here just isn't much. I think it just warms up too much in the extended. All right, guys, thanks for tuning in here. Always appreciate it, and take care.